Hello, everyone, and welcome to HackFest 2021, presented by Remotebase. As you are all seeing this, I know a lot has gone into preparing for this event, and even you are definitely excited after so long of finally being on this platform. And first and foremost, honestly, we are happy to present this event to you. But again, I would like to reach out to you and say a round of applause for every single one of you who is attending right now and watching this. What makes an event great is the people who attend it, and always remember that. So, you know, welcome to the event. We will basically go through our opening ceremonies right now. We will hear talks from different notable personalities. They will give you their thoughts and insights on what the Hackfest is and what you can accomplish by the end of it. We have great speakers. We have great challenges coming from all across the world, from different companies with their different ideas and what they want you to get done from it. And now, without further ado, let's get started. So first of all, when you probably joined this event, you were thinking, what's Remotebase? Like, what is this company? I haven't heard of this. So to give you a more background story on what Remotebase is and what they do, I'd like to invite to the stage Qasim, who is the CEO of Remotebase. And let's hear from him directly what Remotebase is, and maybe you'll learn something new today. All right, Qasim, there you go.
Everyone. So just like Aras introduced me, my name is Kasim and I'm the founder of Remotebase. So super excited for HackFest 21. This is going to be by far the largest hackathon ever done in Pakistan. So I'll get a little bit more into that, but I would also like to introduce Remotebase to everybody watching in right now. So essentially what we do at Remotebase is we find, hire and train software engineers and then we place them in Silicon Valley startups. Why Silicon Valley? Because some of the most innovative companies in the world have come out of that region. Companies that have changed the fabric of the universe, so to speak. Companies like Google, Facebook, Apple, all of these are based out of this region. And one thing that really bothered me and my co-founder Talha before we started Remotebase was that you could be the best engineer in the entire world, and to work for a company in Silicon Valley, you just would not need skills. You would also need to pass the visa process, and that to me sounded absurd. Um, Being really skilled should be enough for you to be able to work with the smartest people in the world, but that unfortunately was not the case, and that's what we wanted to change at Remotebase. So Tala and I started Remotebase with the vision of changing that. And also, just like as cliched as it sounds, as founders we wanted to build a high impact billion-dollar company right from Pakistan. So we started building it, and the more Remotebase grew, the more we realized that the vision was too small, and we realized that this will be much bigger than what we had anticipated. So now what we want to do is we want to power $100 billion companies, high impact businesses that are changing the world. Because imagine the impact that one Facebook is having, or imagine the impact that $1 billion company is having. Um, the Imagine if we could power 100 such companies, the future Facebooks, the future Googles, and it's already started happening. So would love to share a couple of small stories. So Talha moved to the US, and Talha got a new place, and he was looking for furniture at Costco, IKEA, a couple of other places in the US. And he went to, get the furniture delivered. He'd go to IKEA, get furniture, ask them, how can I get it delivered? They said, use this app to get it delivered. And we built that app. So software engineers at Remotebase are part of the team that built that app. So imagine that chance encounter that we had not anticipated, but the kind of impact Pakistani software engineers are having at a global level, where somebody sitting in Pakistan, maybe in a small city, creating something that is disrupting Silicon Valley. So that really pushes us, and that really motivates us to do what we're doing. And that's not about it. We've started having all these chance encounters. So I was on a call with Swivel, one of our sponsors, and suddenly a bot joins the call to take notes of the meeting. and I was confused because I didn't add the bot, and usually I do, but in that one call I had not added Fireflies. I asked him, like, did you add the bot? And he said, yeah, everybody at Swivel uses Fireflies, and 50% of the tech team at Fireflies is actually remote basers. So yeah, the reason for sharing these stories is that remote base is as good as it gets in Pakistan. We offer the best packages, the best perks, the best opportunities, all remotely that you can do from sitting at home. Especially for women software engineers in Pakistan, software engineering jobs can be tough. You might have to work late some nights to talk to clients, and that can be difficult being a woman in Pakistan. But with remote base, you can literally sit at home, work at 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Timings are flexible, so we don't even have or track any time. We don't use any tracking software. We just hire the best of the best, and then we just you know place them in those companies, and then they can do what they're best at, which is software engineering. Getting into remote base is slightly hard, but once you're in, it's a life changing experience. So right now we have a 1% acceptance rate, but trust me, go to our LinkedIn, message any remote baser, and you learn how transformative remote base has been throughout their journey. And we're like one of the fastest growing tech companies in Pakistan right now. So we, like I said, doubled in team size last 6 months, doubling again over the next 6 months. Our backers are same backers as Bazaar and Airlift, Indus Valley Capital. We have investors in Silicon Valley that have invested in us, early investors in Tesla, Hotmail, Skype. They've backed remote base. So this is like as good as it gets. So I would like request whoever wants to live on a roller coaster and be part of the journey, do apply to remotebase at remotebase.com. Other than that, like super excited for the HackFest, largest hackathon ever done in Pakistan. We have 580 teams that have registered so far. We have 2,600 candidates that have, that are participants that are participating. So really looking forward to all the ideas. And yeah, that's about it. Take it away, Ras. Good luck, everyone.
Thank you so much, Kasim, for those words. And yeah, after seeing those acceptance rates, like some US based companies would actually shy away. But definitely, that's amazing to hear that it's transformative for people who work in remote base. And yeah, just kind of telling you, kind of just talking about the event itself, right? So Hackfest, as you probably see that it's a big, like, such a big scale event. So just to let you know, it's not done, in house. It's not just like one team doing it. It's a collaboration effort. It's working with all these amazing partners that you see on the screen. And one of those amazing partner I would like to call upon is our esteemed Minister of Science and Technology, Shibli Farajji. He's going to come up and give you a few words, and you would definitely be motivated after hearing what he has to say.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dear delegates and participants, it is an honor to be addressing such an innovative audience from all across Pakistan who have gathered together for the sake of technological progress. There is absolutely no doubt in anyone's mind of the immense opportunity that is presented through this hackathon being organized by Remotebase, a startup co-founded by two young entrepreneurs from Lahore and now connecting Pakistani engineers with global opportunities. While I am here to support this brilliant initiative as the representative of our government, the subject of tech growth is particularly close to my heart. Our government has tasked the Ministry of Science and Technology with the all-important responsibility of coordinating our efforts to step change progress in this area. This initiative by Remotebase is proof that there is no shortage of interest, and in order to truly prosper, we must have strong support from all the players in the network. Everyone has to play a part, and as the government, We want to make it categorically evident that our visions align with our tech community. No aspect of business, governance, or everyday life would be left out of this technology penetration, as technological development will drive all economic activity agnostic to sector, geography, or markets, and the fuel for that comes from events like HackFest that lead to innovation. On behalf of Government of Pakistan, and particularly the Ministry of Science and Technology, I want to add our resolve to this cause. In all aspects of policy, infrastructure, regulatory environment, talent development, we would do our utmost to add the required impetus. I look forward to having many such events in the future that are certainly the need of the hour. The world we live in is driven by technology that is progressing at the speed of light. By partaking in such events, Pakistan's brilliant minds can efficiently and resourcefully assist in resolving real-life challenges through the use of technology. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. of Science and Technology, for Shibli Frost, for your exciting words. And if you pay attention, like, it's really important. It's what he said, science and technology, like, it's moving so fast, like, these days, like, especially now, because you look left, you look right, and then now there's like 10 new apps doing, like, like making your life like 200 times better. And it's really great just to be part of this kind of like revolution in a sort. Okay, you see all these technologies kind of improving your life, and each one, like, nowadays is essential to the way we live. Even like what Qasim was saying, like, even with fireflies, right? It's a thing, like, when you're in a corporate environment and you're doing meetings, like, it becomes an important tool in your daily life. And you as participants are actually going to work on some of these things. You're going to help create some of these things. So definitely be excited about what's going to come out of this event. Speaking of the event, we kind of talked about a lot about meeting different people, what they do, how they think of the event. Let's actually talk about what's going to happen within the next 2-3 days. As you know, it is a 3-day event, and you will get to do a lot within these three days. So we're just going to run through the schedule. We're going to run through some important notes that you should know, and also some important channels that if you should be on the PDF Slack, the important channels that you should definitely join. So for that, Shamin is going to give us a intro presentation to the run of the event, and also make sure to note down any important things. Also, before we start on that, feel free to ask any questions in the chat. Just drop them down below, and we'll get to it. In the presentation, there'll be some important pointers. Just make a note of it. But again, you're not going to be tested on it, so we're going to share the PowerPoint with you after. But just make sure you see the important points. Okay, without further ado, Shami is going to present us our agenda.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Remotebase HackFest 2021. I'm your host for this specific segment. My name is Shamin Fatma, and I'm the Marketing and PR Specialist at Remotebase. And I'm also one of your organizers. For those of you who are on the Slack community, I'm pretty sure you must have seen me around interacting with everybody. However, today I will be walking you through the event, what it looks like, how we're doing it, what exactly is in store for you, etc., just to give you a bit of a rundown on how to proceed from this point onwards. So before we move on with the presentation, before we move on with the rest of the event, I think it's important to understand what HackFest is, what hackathon is. So HackFest 21 is a weekend-long hackathon. So for those of you who are first-timers, this is your first time participating in one. These are events specifically designed for computer programmers and others involved in this area, right? So graphic designers, interface designers, project managers, domain experts, and other collaborators, for them to come together and create projects based on challenges, present them to judges, come up with innovative ideas to solve innovative problems, right? So real world problems and challenges that are given to you to not only come up with ideas, but also come up with working solutions for them. So that's our idea for this hackathon as well. So before I tell you what those challenges are, and before we move towards that part of the event, I think it's important to understand where the event itself is going, right? So while Remotebase is bringing you HackFest 21, it could not have been possible without all of our wonderful collaborators and sponsors, right? So it's not an individual effort, it's done in collaboration with all of these people. So JS Bank, who is our title sponsor, is very important to note here that they have been absolutely wonderful and not only helping us design challenges for you, but also make sure that this event is possible, right? So a big round of applause for JS Bank, who's our title sponsor. Then we also have Redis, Swivel, and Pakistan Women in Computing on board, who again have been absolutely instrumental in making this event happen. So a lot of these challenges are going to come from them. More on that later on. And other sponsors and collaborators we have. So we have Ijad Labs on board, who is also our co-host. So more on all of these, you will get to interact with some of them in fireside chats. You will get to interact with them in terms of challenges. And we'll get to that later on in the event, but I think it's very important to mention that this is not an individual effort. All of these collaborators have come together to make this event possible for you. Now, what does the event look like? What do we have in store for you? What is it that you need to be excited about in the next 3 days? So the event is divided into 3 days. So first day begins today, where we will be introducing the challenges, where we'll make sure that you understand what you're working on. This is also where the hacking will officially begin. The second day is when hacking continues, so you will get to work on your projects the entire day. We will punctuate it with some segments, with some fireside chats, some mini challenges, mini games for you to, keep yourself excited and make it fun for you guys as well. But this is primarily when all of your hacking will be done. Then the last day of the event is when we will have your submissions. Some part of the day you're going to work on the projects, and then towards the end of the day you will submit them for judgment. So that's the last day of the event. This is also when we'll be announcing the winners. Now I understand that this only gives you a context of what is happening. We do have detailed agenda for every single day. So we are going to be sharing this at the start of the day. So like I said, we're having the orientation right now. You've sat through the speeches. We are right after this going to be introducing the challenges to you. This is where you will have the opportunity to decide what you want to work on. Then we'll have closing remarks from our Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Qasim Salam, and then your hacking will begin. Right after that, we are also organizing 2 sessions for you. So we have a session with Redis and we have a fireside chat with JS Bank. This is also your opportunity to interact with them, engage with them, sort of understand what is it that they want you to work on when it comes to their challenges, and generally just have, a good time engaging with them. And then at the end of the day, we're also going to have a check-in for you. This is also when you can address all of your concerns and queries with your mentors. So this is generally what the event looks like for today. At the start of tomorrow and the day after, we'll also share what day 2 and day 3 looks like. So you don't have to worry. We'll keep sharing all of this information with you time and again. Nobody's going to get lost throughout this event. We promise on that. Now, to make sure everything is streamlined for you, we also have made a calendar. So for those of you who have the Google Calendar app, directly just put in this link in your browsers and it will direct you to the calendar, add it, and it will notify you of every event. If you do not have the app and are on your phone, please download it. If you're on your laptops, just type the link in the browser and it should direct you to the right page. So adding this calendar is going to notify you about every single event that's happening and make sure that you guys are up to speed on any changes in the agenda whatsoever. The second thing that you really need to do is sign up on DevPost. So this is very important. This is where all of your projects will be submitted. If you're not on DevPost, your entry, your submission will not be counted. So make sure you sign up on DevPost. Make sure that you have a working profile, because this is where you will be submitting your projects. Now, why is that important? So because we have approximately 600 teams on Hackathon, right? On HackFest 21, we have about approximately close to 600 teams. And obviously we cannot have presentations from every single team, or it won't really be a weekend-long hackathon. So what we're doing is all of your projects, once submitted on DevPost, will go through an initial screening. So this is when judges will evaluate and screen your projects, and only 100 shortlisted teams will move on to stage 2. Now, stage 2 is when we will have all of your presentations. So this is the stage where the 100 teams that have been shortlisted will come in and present in front of the judges. This is also the stage where individual challenge winners will be decided, right? So all of those who have come in, who are part of, who have done a specific challenge, winners for those challenges will be announced in this stage. And once those winners have been announced, so we have approximately 10 challenges, which means we're going to have 10 winners, and these 10 winners will move on to the final stage. The final stage is where we will be deciding the conclusive winners of the entire event. So we're going to have 3 winners that are going to be the winners of the entire HackFest 21. So this is where all of you will be basically be put to the test. So 10 from 600 teams to 100 teams, and then to 10 teams, and then final 3 winners. All of this information is already in the info deck that we've shared with you. If at any point you guys are confused, if you think that you need more clarity, feel free to reach out to any of us, and we'll be more than happy to help you clear any of your doubts and concerns. Now, because we're here to help you, we have also created some Slack channels that you can join. These are channels that are specifically made to make sure that all of your concerns are addressed and everything that you are concerned about is made clear in time. So join these channels. I will put this on the screen as well. We'll share this presentation afterwards as well on Slack so that everybody is sure of what channels to join. The same way we have challenges, we have channels for all of the challenges as well, right? So we have a challenge track for JS Bank, we have one for Redis, we have one for KDSP, we have one for Swivel, and then we also have one for Remotebase. So join these challenges, tracks for these challenges and these Slack channels, and this will help you understand any problems that you have with any of the challenges. So our tech team is going to be available to you throughout, making sure that your queries and concerns are addressed. Now that I've introduced all of this to you, please make sure that all of the CTAs that we've mentioned are addressed. So add the calendar, sign up on DevPost, join all of these Slack channels, and you are ready to go. I don't think there's anything else that you need to do beforehand. Now I think we're going to move on to introducing the challenges, which I think is everybody's excited about to know what they're going to be working on. So I will refer back to Aras.
Thank you, Shamin, for that great breakdown of the event. But before we move on to again the challenges, you yeah, sit tight still. As you know, we already talked to Qasim, and we heard from Shibli Faraz. There's another person that we would like to hear from. So this person is part of our title sponsor, JS Bank. He is the Chief Digital Officer of JS Bank, Noman Azhar, and he is basically going to talk to us about the digitization of banking and how the ecosystem is going and how technology is affecting the sector in Pakistan. So,
Assalamualaikum. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining and being the part of HackFest. As you know, my name is Noman Azhar. I'm the Chief Digital Officer for JS Bank. Currently, we have been trying our best to provide the best ecosystem for startups. While this is one of the biggest opportunity for Pakistan to showcase its all use cases and the talent that we have, I think it is a responsibility on all of us to make sure that we enable and support the ecosystem of Pakistan wherever and however it is possible. Now, most importantly, being the Chief Digital Officer of a commercial bank, as I understand, banking and the financial needs for any tech startup is extremely important. It is not only related to obviously the financing that they need for initiating a startup or increasing the reach. It is extremely important for them to actually engage with the technology stacks of the banking sector as well, because anything and everything you make, the technology you develop needs some sort of technical integration with the banking platform so that the transactions, debit credit, can happen. That's the basic, most basic transaction that you need. Identifying this technology risk constraint and identifying this need in the market, JS Bank has been committed to support startup ecosystem in Pakistan. So we came up with Open API platform, and we have partnered with Remotebase, who are doing their HackFest 2021 in right now. And this HackFest is focused towards giving an opportunity to the startups of Pakistan who can actually explore challenges, which will be obviously given to you, and you can work on developing some ecosystem with some use case around it. And for that, you can use the Open API platform of JS Bank. Now, this Open API platform has a lot of APIs that are there with their descriptions, starting from an account opening to balance inquiry to transfer of funds to bill payments, and a lot of use cases. All these use cases combined together, what we assume is will address most of your requirements. If you'll feel, or you will obviously will be receiving a lot of feedback from your side, if we get to know that there are still areas where we have not probably been able to address, we will be coming up with new APIs according to your needs and your requirements. Now, I want every one of you to be very excited about it. It is not only that you have a complete ecosystem available there, you have a platform to present your skills, you have a platform to integrate, you have a platform to pitch it. The best part is you have an opportunity to win 2.5 million rupee as well, which can then help you taking your idea or startup to the next level. This doesn't stop here. JS Bank will actually help you in taking care of your financial needs, be it a lending model, be it an investment model, whatever it is. From here onwards, obviously you are now becoming a part and parcel of the ecosystem that we are trying to develop. It is extremely important for us that we know you guys, right? So in order to engage with you, in order to make sure that me and you are in collaborating in one way or other, it is extremely important that you make most out of this HackFest. I really thank Remotebase management who have been able to turn this around, and I'm very excited about it. I'm sure that this is going to be one of the best hackathons of our history. We have been into a lot of engagements with startups. If you have a solution to any problem that is out there in the market, you will be becoming a successful entrepreneur eventually. The reason people have not been able to obviously access a lot of market areas, or a lot of have not been able to launch their services, primarily due to few reasons that you need to know. Obviously, not everyone has an access to banking technology. That has been one limitation that's there. So if you want to integrate with any bank, obviously first of all, you need to open up your account in the bank, for which you need a lot of set of requirements are there. If you are somehow able to open up your account, then the second one is to find a person who's going to give you access of the tech stack, so that you can then start integrating with that tech stack. Now you need a person who is not only known to the commercial arrangement, but known to technology as well, who's going to start from a VPN integration or development to making you understand what a web services is. How do we expect you to integrate with these web services, explain you what these web services or use cases do, and then you integrate with those services. Now, the best part is JS Bank is over and above all these things. You don't need to know anyone in JS Bank if you want to work with us, or if you want to use a tech stack. The simplest thing that you have to do is go to developers.jspl.com. You have all the APIs there. You don't need anyone to explain you. There's a sandbox environment already there. It has all the explanation of what the API is for, how can you integrate. It has documented every single bit of it. It will hardly take few hours for you to consume an API through Open API platform of JS Bank. Now it has been made very simple. Despite knowing that you guys are extremely competent, we know that there are questions. There is a FAQ section all along separately available there. There is a developer community that we are building where you guys can actually talk to each other as well. So someone who is already done with one integration with JS Bank might know a few things which you don't know. So you can just post your question in developer community segment, and someone will respond to you. If no one will respond from the community, we will respond to your questions as well. So we are available 24/7 digitally to help you out using our tech stack. That's one segment. Two is, in order to support this initiative at a bigger level, we came with this idea of funding the winner out of this HackFest, which is a good amount, which is like 2.5 million rupee. So obviously that 2.5 million, and I wish all of you best of luck, and I'm sure that the best is going to win this particular amount. Whoever is going to win it will have obviously an advantage over others, but the others will also have opportunity to go for a pitch deck session with JS Investments and with the wing of JS Bank, which is looking into the investment, and will be pitching their ideas to JS Chief Investment Officer of JS Bank. There are a lot of people from JS Bank who are taking part in this HackFest. They will be in fireside chats. They will be available throughout this HackFest. If you have any queries with respect to tech stack, with respect to investment, with respect to this prize money, if you have any query with respect to how JS Bank wants or how JS Bank is working towards enabling the ecosystem of startups in Pakistan, we are more than happy to answer those questions. I am personally available, always available for all of you guys. Wherever you think you need my help, I am available on LinkedIn. You can correct me there. I am available on email. You can email me. My team is always there as well. But my request to all of you is, see, the traction that we had to gain, we are already there. World is having an eye, keeping an eye on Pakistani startups now. There is a news coming out every other day. There are a few things that I really want you to know. One, we have to be very careful that we have to take maximum advantage of the traction that has been gained. What I mean by that is that this is the right time for all of us to come up with the right ideas, get them executed, do some pilot, and go for an investment round. Two, we have to be very careful that we are very strong ethically. And this is very important, to be very honest with you. We cannot just claim something which is not there. So I understand that in order to do business, the most important thing is your ethics. And I'm obviously all of you are fresh entrepreneurs, startups. I really want you to know that ethically it is very important to be very honest with the investors, to be very honest with people you are pitching something to. People will invest in you, not in your idea. I'm telling you this thing. So for me, if I invest in some startup, I'm not going to invest in the idea. You can always change your idea if it doesn't work, but I cannot change you if it doesn't work. The important thing is that you should understand any investor, he or she will never invest in an idea. They are going to invest in the team, in the people. If the team is good, one idea may not work, another may, right? So if you are good, if you are strong with your ethics, if you are strong with your tech skills, if you are strong with your marketing skills, financial skills, promotional skills, you are going to make you one way or other, you are going to make a success story. So those are few cents from my side that you are going to make towards this country. At the end of this, I would like to say that we are all Pakistanis and proud Pakistanis. We have to make Pakistan proud, and my belief is that from now onwards, startups are going to make Pakistan proud at a very big level as compared to anything else. So please be very careful while you're talking to investors. Please be very careful while you are representing Pakistan. Always make sure that we are making Pakistan proud by the performance of our work and not by our words. And we are with you wherever you need our help, wherever you need any assistance. If you have any good ideas, you are more than welcome. You can come up to us, tell us that these are a few other ideas that you want to explore. We will be really glad to explore those ideas as well. Thank you very much and best of luck for the entire session, Remotebase, obviously to the management of the Remotebase as well. Best of luck for the entire event. I remain available. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.
We'd like to thank Noman for his words and telling us giving us a bit of insight on in the fintech world and telling us like what's going on, what's the ins and outs of it, especially the part where he talks about like just being ethical with it, right? Because you're dealing with people's like livelihood, their income, like their money. So being ethical about it is definitely one of the important parts. And with technology moving so fast, in fintech you have so many different changes. You have people wanting to do more stocks, you have people wanting to invest in crypto, right? And just going for that, you will probably see when we present our challenges how that kind of manifests itself. So without further ado, let's call up Salal Hassan for the introduction of GS Bank challenges. Welcome, Flo. How's it going?
Assalamualaikum. Thank you so much. Ahlan, bienvenido. We are glad to support Remotebase as we welcome you to HackFest 21. Thank you to the Honorable Minister, Qasim, and the one and only Noman Azhar, also known as the man behind our Jarvis. So we at JS Bank have 3 exciting challenges lined up for you that shall not only test your coding skill set, but also your ability to innovate, to localize the products tailored to the Pakistani market. For the first challenge, which is micro to macro, we would like you to use JS Bank's open APIs to make a wallet for the customers that enables them to invest and keep a check on their balance throughout the life cycle of their asset portfolio. Don't worry about writing this down, as this will be sent to you on Slack or digitally once the hacking begins. Now, for the second challenge, remittance with FX, we would like you to build a remittance app using our open APIs with built-in real-time foreign exchange conversion, focusing on customer ease and convenience. And now for my favorite, for all the Dota, Counter-Strike, GTA enthusiasts out there, gamified banking. We would like you to use our open APIs and design a product where your game app becomes your banking app. And with all forms of payment in-game linked to real-time currency. And now remember, for us being a leader in financial services, cybersecurity, and IS are just as important as the products themselves. Have fun hacking.
Thank you so much, Salal, for introducing the challenges. I'm pretty sure the chat is going crazy right now, and people are busy discussing what to do and what's it gonna be. Definitely exciting challenges. I really like the gamification part, as I know a lot of people would want to tackle that, and definitely everyone, reminder to you as well, there is a session after, so be sure to attend that and get an idea of how to use some of these APIs that are being mentioned here. All right, moving on to our next challenge, which is presented by Redis, and Redis is an open source memory data structure platform. They give you modules to use, and in there you get to basically do all your backend work. Now, to introduce this challenge, we have the developer advocacy manager from Redis, Simon Prickett. We'll hear from him, and he'll introduce the challenge for them. So let's move on to Simon.
I'm Simon Prickett, Developer Advocacy Manager at Redis. We're thrilled to be a part of the Remotebase HackFest. Redis is a real-time database with persistence, an eclectic mix of built-in data structures, and full-text search capabilities. Built for speed, all read operations are performed from a copy of the dataset in RAM. If you choose the Redis challenge, you'll build your own real-time chat system similar to Discord, WhatsApp, or Slack. You'll work with streaming data and discover how to query a key value store in ways you might not have thought possible. You'll also gain hands-on experience working with the database that developers love most. Don't take my word for it, check out the Stack Overflow developer survey results, #1 for the 5th year in a row. We want you to succeed, so we've put together a comprehensive challenge guide here on GitHub, along with supporting video and text resources. You'll be up and running with Redis using Docker or Redis Enterprise Cloud in no time at all. Use Redis Insight to view and manage your data as you focus on developing your application. We've defined a data model for you and provided sample use cases and sample data to implement, allowing you to dive straight into coding. There's even some bonus tasks if you have time. Join our Discord server where we've set up a channel just for this event. Here you can ask our moderators and the wider Redis community for help and advice. Most importantly, we want you to have fun whichever challenge you choose. Best of luck and happy coding.
Oh, I was muted. Going forward, I would like to say thank you to Simon for explaining those exciting challenges to us. And definitely, I think a lot of people will benefit from it using all those backend technologies. Next, I'd like to call upon stage Omar, who is joining us from Swivel. He is a senior engineering director at Swivel. He is joining us from overseas, so please give a warm Pakistani welcome to Omar.
Thank you very much, Aras, for introducing me, and thank you very much for Remotebase to host us this in this amazing hackathon. So I'm Omar Miki. I'm from Swivel. I'm an engineering director at Swivel, and I hope that you guys know Swivel already. In its second home, basically, of Pakistan, we're a ride-hailing company, a mass transit company offering our services around the world. So for HackFest this year, we have three exciting challenges that touch very close to our hearts in terms of what we're trying to solve for. The first one is basically around how can we discover or make the station discovery of our customers much easier than it is. As you know, if you have used Swivel already, you take a ride from a station, and usually it's very hard in such busy cities to find where you should stand and which bus you should take. The second challenge we're having today is basically around captains, and this is such an important pillar of our services, of course, captains and our awesome partners. We try to ensure that plan selling for them is as easy as possible, as fair as possible, and also as lucrative as possible. By doing that in an awesome way, it actually makes it much more affordable for our customers and much more worthwhile for our captains to take those rides. Now, for the third challenge, it's all about community. So Swivel is not just about moving people from point A to B. You can think about a Swivel ride as a small social network happening every day on your commute, on your travel, wherever you're going. You probably see the same faces, whether on your captain side or on your fellow rider side. So we want to make sure that this is a very safe experience. It's part of a very pleasant one. You would like to have it every day. It's not something that you would feel awkward around. So our third challenge is about basically how can we provide this innovative experience to our customers and captains without any worry in terms of safety and convenience. So that's all from us this time, and happy coding, basically. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Umar, for those amazing challenges. I think, yeah, just based on that community factor, a lot of people do face that challenge on like a daily basis, and
Indeed.
I think
Yeah.
people would be definitely they'll bring in their own experiences when trying to solve these problems.
Yeah, we're very looking forward to that, definitely.
For
Thank you very
sure.
much.
Thank you. And now moving on to, so as of night right now, like you have all the participants, you should be having like pretty great थोड़ा समझ आ रहा होगा कि कितना लेवल आ गया है और ऊपर से कितने एक्साइटिंग चैलेंजेस है और हर किसी का थीम डिफरेंट है सो नो चैलेंज इज द सेम और जस्ट टू मेंशन आपको याद कराते जाऊँ कि आपने सिर्फ एक चैलेंज करना है इन सब में से सिर्फ एक पिक करना है ठीक है तो 9 के 9 नहीं करने 10 के 10 नहीं करने जस्ट पिक वन दैट यू फील द मोस्ट कंफर्टेबल और इवन द मोस्ट दैट यू आर एक्साइटेड अबाउट कि जैसे उमर बताया था कि जो लोग राइड शेयर करते हैं उनके लिए कम्युनिटी बेस्ड होना कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है तो अगर आप खुद उससे यूज करते हैं और आपको पता है यार लाइक मेरे साथ भी ये मसला होता है तो उस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करें वो I think you'll have a greater attachment to the project at that point. ठीक है, we'll take a few questions at this point. I'll call on my teammate Hamza. If you can please join me up on stage. We'll just go through some of the questions that we have before moving forward. थोड़ा ज़्यादा information हो गई एक ही वक्त में तो break कर लेते हैं. Oh, Hamza, are you there?
Hello.
Hello. आ गए.
Hello everyone. Again, thank you so much, Aras. आपने आज मुझे time दे दिया. और I was just seeing this tremendous and this amazing response by everyone in the Slack channels. log the way they're actually interacting with the engineers, like so it's just amazing. और yep, so let's just address some challenges और लोगों को just
हाँ तो you can see basically जो क्वेश्चन स्क्रीन पे है पहला कि इन सब में से कौन सा चैलेंज एक ही का करना है, बिल्कुल एक ही करना है। आपने पिक करें जो सबसे मजे का लगता है, जो टीम को भी पसंद आता है, और जो आपको लाइक बता देते यार ये तो मेरा मसला भी सॉल्व करेगा, तो उसमें 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 फील ज्यादा आएगी फिर।
Of course, I think और ज़्यादातर लोग most of the people they're going to pick they're just like just trying to reach out to Simon and just dropping him a
लोड हो रहे हैं अभी। हमजा आगे आपकी आवाज कट रही थी।
Oh, sorry. So yeah, I was just saying, I was just giving a shout out to Simon from Redis for being in the Slack channel and having those amazing responses, getting received those amazing responses from the people. लोग तो काफी ज़्यादा excited and Simon को Slack channel में देख कर someone from Redis is actually
मैं तो वो थॉट कंप्लीट करता हूँ बेसिकली। हाँ, तो आप जैसे स्लैक पे जाएंगे ना, तो आपको नजर आ जाएंगे कि हर चैलेंज का एक स्पेसिफिक, आपको हर कंपनी का एक आपको स्पेसिफिक स्लैक चैनल मिलेगा, और उस पर आप जाके जो जो लोग आपने अभी देखे हैं, जिन्होंने आपको बताएं चैलेंजेस क्या हैं, उनसे आप बात कर सकते हैं। उनसे आप 1-to-1 कॉन्वर्सेशन कर लें कि मैं एक्साइटेड हूँ ये वाला चेंज करने के लिए। उनसे आप उनके थॉट्स पूछ लें कि एंड ऑफ द डे आपने ये भी देखना है ना कि आपने कंप्लीट प्रोडक्ट बनाना है विद इन द नेक्स्ट 2-3 डेज, जितना भी टाइम है। आपने एक पूरा प्रोडक्ट बनाया स्टार्ट टू एंड, तो आप उनसे पूछ लें कि हमारा टारगेट कस्टमर कौन है, ये प्रोडक्ट यूज कौन करेगा। थोड़ी सी डिजाइन थिंकिंग इन्वॉल्व हो जाएगी, और फिर उसके बाद आप ये देख लें कि डिजाइन थिंकिंग हो गई। उसके बाद अच्छा टैकल कैसे करना है, कौन सी टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करनी है। अगर कोई स्पेसिफिक उन्होंने दी हुई है, जैसे जीएस बैंक ने एपीआई दी हुई है, तो वो यूज करनी है, उससे कैसे इंटीग्रेट करना है। सो व्हेन इट रियली कम्स टू इट, आपके पास पूरे पूरे एक्सेस है। आपने जिन जिनको देखा है आप उनसे बात कर सकते हैं। स्लैक चैनल पूरा ओपन है, आप जिस टाइम चाहें कि किसी से बात कर लें, और जो भी सवाल हैं पूछते जाएं। एंड रिमेंबर, वी आर हियर टू हेल्प यू, we're here to help you succeed. Noman पूछते हैं, hey, I wanted to know when is the deadline to pick a challenge. Also, where do we need to inform on where we're choosing, and we change during the event for duration of the event. Okay, बड़ा अच्छा सवाल है नोमान। Basically, yes, हम एक आपको गूगल फॉर्म दे देंगे within the next few hours. उसमें आप हमें इंडिकेट कर दें कि आप कौन सा चैलेंज कर रहे हैं, और आप हमें आज ही बता दें कि आपने कौन सा पिक करना है। और लेटर ड्यूरिंग द टाइम अगर आपने चेंज करना है, तो आप वन ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजर्स, हमारे एक स्लैक चैनल बना हुआ है, उसमें आप मैसेज कर दें, अपनी सिचुएशन बता दें और सर्कमस्टेंसेस, आपने कौन सा चेंज करके क्या लेना है। सो इट्स डेफिनेटली अकाउंटेड फॉर, बट जस्ट कीप एन ओपन कम्युनिकेशन। कोई बात होती है तो बता दें हमें, लाइक अपने तक ना रखें, एक्सपेक्ट एंड मोमेंट पे ना बोलें। ठीक है, और और कोई बर्निंग सवाल? Thanks for this great question. Are we limited to the challenge provided by Remotebase, or can we work on our own ideas as well? हम चाहते हैं कि आप इन challenges पे काम करें, क्योंकि that's the one that have like, so each challenge is like, yeah, so each challenge is going to pick winners, so you have greater chances if you work on one of these. So we encourage you to work with the ones we provide. Also, don't fret, अभी सारे complete नहीं हुए, अभी और भी आने हैं। अभी आपको 2-3 और challenges हम दिखाएंगे, so try कर लें। Again, it's all about trying and what you can achieve. And yeah, that kind of goes in with the same point as the next question is, how complete does the project need to be, like the market ready? So do the best you can and show the effort, like show कि आपने अगर आपका कोड फुल नहीं चल रहा, पर आपने बिजनेस स्ट्रेटजी बनाई है, आपने उसके डिजाइन बनाए, आपने डिजाइन मेथोडोलॉजी लगाई है, वो डॉक्यूमेंट करें सारे। उसमें आप एंड में आपको पावर पॉइंट आपको प्रेजेंटेशन देनी पड़ेगी, वो जो डेव पोस्ट पे आप सबमिट करेंगे, आप वो सब मेंशन करें कि हमने ये किया, पर एंड में जो हमारा MongoDB है वो लिंक नहीं हुआ, तो वो अंडरस्टैंड, but what we're trying to see is effort, how much कि आप थिंक कैसे कर रहे हैं, कि आपका सोल्यूशन क्या है इस चीज के लिए, that's what matters the most. और within like tomorrow एक दिन आपको पता चलेगा जजेस भी कौन है और क्राइटेरिया भी हम बता देंगे, तो we'll talk there. और ये पूछते हैं, will there be a separate channel to talk to mentors? If yes, what is it called? बिल्कुल, तो mentors हमारे पास हैं available throughout the event. आपके कोई भी सवाल है, आप कहीं भी स्टक हो जाएं, तो आप मेंटर से पूछ सकते हैं. मेंटर्स आर बेसिकली लाइक रिमोट बेस्ड लाइक एक्सपीरियंस सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर्स. उनसे कोई भी तिजोरी खुल जाती है, कोई भी ताला वो खोल देते हैं. आप अपने बस उन्हें अपना मसला बताना है, वो आपको बता देंगे. एंड फॉर द स्पेसिफिक चैनल नेम, तो आप जब आप जाएंगे पीडीएफ में, तो चैनल का नेम है हैकफेस्ट आस्क द मेंटर्स. वो वाले चैनल पे जाना है और सारे मेंटर्स वहाँ पे अवेलेबल होंगे आपके. Hi, is there a necessity to have a team or can you work individually as well? तो Maria, basically है कि we require you to work in a team at least as low as 3 people and as high as 5 people. तो 3 से 5 का आप रखें मार्जिन कि इतने में कि इतनी की टीम्स हो, because we want to be a collaborative effort. Dunya mein not everything happens alone, so you have to kind of learn to work in a team. And even for that, there is like, if you can't find your team, or like if some part of your team is not responding, you can go to the channel that's HackFest, form a team. You can meet other people who are also looking for a team, like go through their profiles. वो करेंगे, मैं फ्रंट एंड डेवलपर हूँ, बैक एंड हूँ, मुझे जावास्क्रिप्ट आती है, Node.js करता हूँ, like देखें which one matches with yours and form a team there. Does application matters? Example, web, mobile, desktop. वो basically depend करता है आप पे और the nature of the challenge. अगर challenge में specifically लिखा है कि web बनाना है या mobile बनाना है, then we'll go with that. But if the challenge doesn't state anything specifically, then I guess we'll just leave it at that. Then आपके पास full authority है कि आप जो अपने मर्जी का बनाए. Hey, I'm new to hackathons. How does the project need to be like market? Again, same question. Basically, do the best you can, and we're looking for effort, not like a full complete product. I think we're good on the questions. Just gonna check with my lovely team, जो backend पे इतना काम कर रही है कि keeping everything stable. And now moving forward to the rest of our challenges. So next up, we have our community partner, which is KDSP, which is the Karachi Down Syndrome Program, which basically envisions a world where all people with Down syndrome are respected, accepted, and to create a more welcoming environment within our communities. And joining us is Sidra Zahid. Hi, Sidra.
Hi, Aras. Thank you so much for asking me. And thank you for joining us. So I'm beginning by talking a little bit about the Karachi Down Syndrome program.
Oh, I think your video froze.
You hear me?
Yes, you're better now.
Okay, great. So it's an organization formed for individuals with Down syndrome, and we cater to people of all ages. So we have members who join from a day after and the parents who just us to adults. And the purpose of the organization is to advocate for the right to include
I think
Am I back?
we're getting a bit choppy video. So sorry, but
Right.
just let you know. Yeah, if you wanna, we can move directly into the challenges, the challenge part. I can share my screen for that.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Sure.
So be- before we get to the purpose of the challenge, I just want to talk about the fact that we're doing
Here we go. This is the screen.
is to design a software that combines our services and their accessibility for our clients.
Uh, Here we go.
Yeah. So as you can see, when somebody joins us, they immediately become part of our family network, and then they are eligible for different services based on their age groups. So we have something called
Oh, I think you're breaking up again, but I'll go over the challenge. Um, Basically, what the challenge states as create an app where KDSP can record, maintain a database of individuals with Down syndrome. So basically, if the clients that show up to the program, they want to create one platform where they can manage all of this, where they can manage like the families, the people themselves, and also connect them with therapists, and also as the added feature at the end, they want to help families get access to a financial aid. So think of it kind of like a all encompassing platform, like all in one, where you have the ability to um, like add people to a database, add their close family members, and then also for them to be able to link with therapists like who are similar, like therapists who have similar qualifications to what they need. And the last thing is be able to apply for financial aid from the same platform that you create. And that is the KDSP challenge. Now, moving on to our last challenge that we have, we'll call back. One of the people one of the people you've probably seen before in this live stream, Qasim, presenting the challenges for Remotebase. Let's see what Remotebase has in store for all of you.
You already know my introduction, so I will not get into those details again. I'll directly dive into the remote based challenge. So the remote based challenge is, think of it like a wild card or very open ended challenge in this competition. It will use all your creative juices, all your problem solving skills to solve it. So remote work has a lot of perks. So you can work from anywhere in the world. You can spend more time with your family. You don't have to go through commute. You don't have to spend 2 3 hours going to work and coming back. You don't have to relocate to another city. So all these are really good things. One thing that is challenging in remote work, however, is that the work does not allow you to have those random interactions that you have when you're in an office. So you can't play table tennis, or you can't play a game while working remotely with your colleagues on a day-to-day basis, or you can't have those random conversations. You can't go out to lunches with them every single day. So your challenge is to solve this problem. Come up with an app, whether it's a mobile app, whether it's a web app, whatever sort of app it is, that allows people to have those random interactions or allows people to play a game online. So come up with any idea that can make people interact with each other. I can give you a couple of examples, but you can choose whatever it is that you would like. So one interesting Slack integration is, and I don't want you to copy it, but just as an example, is that there's this app called Donut, which links two people randomly together and sets up a meeting where they can talk to each other. Sets up like that random interaction. Or you can come up with a game like Pictionary or something that people can come online and play that game together with each other. Or you can come up with a Chrome extension that turns your home screen into your company screen, so you can talk to other people and have those water cooler conversations, as they call it, and interact with each other. So plenty of ideas, plenty of things that you can Google, search for things that happen in the real world and maybe take them remote. So for example, at Remotebase we play Among Us a lot, which is a game like Mafia in real life. We play Among Us online. So come up with a game that you could probably build a small game that you could build on a web app or something where everybody can come together and play together or collaborate somehow. So that is the challenge. Pretty open ended, but come up with whatever you think works, whatever you think solves for this challenge, and that's about it. We'll also send a write up of this in our Slack group, but that's essentially what the challenge is. Feel free to ask in the Remotebase challenge Slack. We'll send all the links in the Hackfest announcements channel, and yeah, good luck. Really looking forward to creative ideas for this one.
Thank you so much again, Qasim, for introducing that challenge. And by now, we basically have all of our challenges explained. There will be all these challenges details and the PDFs that you saw will be in this specific Slack channels where you can see them, posted, and you can talk to people from there, and they can tell you more details about it. But as for right now, just remember that hacking is give me a second. As for right now, you basically can think about like which challenge that you want to pick, which one really excites you, and which one you're definitely gonna win the gold with. So moving forward, remember that keep an eye on the schedule that we have. It'll be shared in the Slack channel again. Anytime you need, just refer back to the schedule and you'll be there. And feel free to ask any questions at any time. If you have more questions after the event, drop them all in the Slack, and someone from the team will get back to you. If it's a technical question, ask it in the mentors chat. And also, like, yeah, just go there in the mentors, like, introduce yourself, like, be like, hey, this is my team. This is what we're working on. Like, get to talk to the mentors. They're nice people, most of them. And then you'll build great relations, and that's most of the point here. आप इवेंट में आए, आप हैक तो बना लेंगे, काम कर लेंगे, बट जो एक्चुअल जो काम है ना वो है अपना आपने ब्रांड बनाना है, अपना नेटवर्क बनाना है, और लोगों से मिलना है, देखें दूसरे लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, collaborate करना है. And overall, by the end of this event, like, you should all walk away with like 6 new friends that you met from here, and then you collaborate on future projects as well. जैसे जैसे देखें तलहा वो खुद अपने दोस्त के साथ को फाउंड किया रिमोट बेस. तो आपको भी क्या पता अब अपने फ्यूचर क्या कहते हैं फ्यूचर कंपनी का आपको को फाउंडर यहाँ से मिल जाए. So just be open, talk to people, get to know each other, and have a great time. And that's kind of it. Basically, reminders again के next हमारे पास एक फायरसाइड चैट है JSBL के साथ. वहाँ पे वो अपनी APIs भी बताएंगे, तो आप सोच लें. You have an hour, तो आपके पास 1 घंटा है जब हैकिंग स्टार्ट होगी. तो अब से लेके so 8 आप हैकिंग शुरू नहीं करेंगे. Like you should not write any single line of code, but बात कर लें टीम से, चैलेंज डिस्कस कर लें, ये आपका टाइम है. और 8 बजे तक like have like a vague idea of like what you want to do, and basically straight up at sorry at 7:30 hacking starts, and 8 p.m. we have our fireside chat with JBL. तो 8 बजे तक अगर आप को थोड़ा भी है कि जेएस बैंक का एक चैलेंज करना है, उनके इवेंट में चले जाएं, उनसे बातें करें, see what they have to say. And right at 9:30 हमारे पास developer session है Redis का. अगर आप Redis का सोच रहे हैं, just go there as well. But if you're also like in the middle, like confused हैं कि कौन सा करना चाहिए, ये करना चाहिए, in that case, attend the event, see for yourself के what people are saying, and दूसरे लोग क्या सवाल पूछ रहे हैं. Or yeah, just make up your mind, and we'll definitely ask for that sometime tonight. So ठीक है, you have about 20 minutes until hacking begins. Form your teams, talk to your teammates, discuss any challenges, and we'll all see you on Slack. Have a great evening and have a great HackFest. See you all throughout the week. Allah Hafiz.